Shyheim Rugged.
Space. What's up?
Man?
Carrying the culture team. What's up? It's a
Thank you.
pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. I know this is long overdue, and I just want to say thank you for supporting me and representing me while I was away. DJ Des always let me know, like, yo, that she was definitely one of the few that was still, keeping my name and keeping the music out there. I just want to say thank you for that.
Nah, man, I appreciate you for saying that. I didn't, I tried to link up with you when you were away, and I linked up with Des. I linked up with your homegirl, Rich Twin. I forgot it. I don't know her name.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, that's my sister,
that's
Rich Twin. Yes,
yeah.
yes,
So
yes.
and I could one of the reasons I couldn't get into it because of my record. So they ran the background check, and that wasn't happening. But it was all genuine. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know you from a hole in the wall. You know what I'm saying? It was I fucked with your music. I fucked with your story, and this interview was important for me, which is why I was trying to get out there to see you when you was away, because
Yeah.
it's important to me, man. And your story is one that like caught me from day one. Like, you're 4 years younger than me, but I thought you was older than me. You know what I'm saying? When I was coming up, like this little, who the fuck this little nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's really this interview for me is important, man, because we got a lot to cover. So we're gonna get into it. Everybody that has questions, we'll try to get to them. Use the questions feature below, because then I can show it to Shyheim, and then we can put it out for everybody can show it. But we got a lot to get into. So this is episode 9, Carrying the Culture. So as I said, I followed your career closely, like from day one. When you first came out, I was like, yo, like, because you weren't, you know what I'm saying? You weren't like a lot of the other teenage or kid MCs coming out at the time. So what I want to try to get into tonight, a big part of it is, the questions I have is, what made Shyheim? You know what I'm saying? Like, because for me, I always look at it like, when I've done posts about you and stuff that, and kind of reflected on your career, and I've looked at it like, yo, this cat never really had much, didn't seem to have much of a childhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, all I saw was like this young cat acting and carrying himself well beyond his years. So like, what made Shyheim in terms of growing up, Stapleton, like the whole, like before Wu-Tang, before the rap, before all the shit? Like, that's where I wanted to start.
Well, I would have to say there's only one of all of us, you know what I'm saying? So I would have to definitely say, it was my upbringing, it was where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Staten Island, it's a place like, to me, no place else. You know what I'm saying? And Stapleton was like no place else in the world. So me being from that environment is what cultivated me. You know what I'm saying? And made me into the person I am. And my life and my family, the older dudes in my neighborhood who gave me the wisdom and the knowledge, pardon self, who gave me the knowledge to see beyond my age. You know what I'm saying? So being around when you 12 years old, and you hanging with adults and in nightclubs at that age, and when your friends is in the house, you know what I'm saying? You kind of do grow up fast.
Right. And Ghost is your cousin, right? So
yeah.
So like, I mean, what was it like? Just, and I guess I'll just say, being a fly on the wall, like, we saw external, I guess, the manifestation of Wu-Tang, affiliates, everything, the whole movement, but like, being in it as a youngin', not, you know what I'm saying, not even as an old dude, but being in it from like early on, what was that like for you? Like, just like, that whole vibe.
Well, actually, as far as the clan goes, and as far as that, if you speaking as far as that really wasn't. That was just like me and my brothers and my dudes from around the way trying to make it. But for me, it was like when I met Big Daddy Kane, and I started to meet people who was just like influential to me that was real rappers. Not to say the Clan and everybody wasn't real rappers, but nobody was on yet. You know what I'm saying? So the first time I got to meet like a Granddaddy IU or Naughty by Nature when they would come to Staten Island, and I had my first opportunity came from a guy by the name. Well, first before Mercury, I had met a guy by the name of Victor James that was, managing artists or whatever. And from then I met Mercury from the Foursome D's, and he put me in the studio, and then he would let me perform at the nightclubs that he was promoting. And then that's how my name started to get out there around Staten Island as an MC.
Before Wu-Tang.
Well, see, here's the thing. Before, I can't really say before Wu-Tang because Wu-Tang was always there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Wu-Tang as you guys know it,
right?
But it was still Wu-Tang. That's why a lot of people get confused and they be like, yo, this one's Wu-Tang, this one's not Wu-Tang. But Wu-Tang, you have Wu-Tang Clan, the group, and then you have Wu-Tang.
Of course.
You feel me?
Right. So I'm saying you was doing your thing, because I saw some interviews. You were doing your thing before Wu-Tang as the general public knows it, though. Like in terms of like before that, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Well, this is it. RZA and RNS, they was, Rakim at the time. Rakim at the time, and RNS was the producers around the way. You know what I'm saying? And I was just a kid, and I would go anywhere that I could go to get a beat, to make a demo. Like that was my goal, to make a demo. And I would be at both of their house. If I wasn't at Rakim house, I was at RNS house. I was putting together music. But I actually scored a record deal before Wu-Tang came out.
Right. And that, but I think you said something I read before, like because you were a minor or something, that deal came out a little bit after 36 Chambers, right?
Well, not the deal, is because
the album dropped.
Yeah, because as a minor, you can't enter contracts, so you have to go through the court system. You have to go through a lot of hurdles that slowed down my release of AKA the Rugged Child. So what happened was the Clan came out, as we know it, independent, protecting that METHOD, man. Boom, blew up. Now here comes On, and it's just perceived that the Clan came and put a young dude on.
So, and that was already family. So it's just like, they just, you already, you was just rolling with the punches at that time.
Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Yeah.
So you got pulled in, you're doing your thing. Did you go on tour with them at all or anything like that? Or was it, were you doing your own thing when your shit came out?
Well, I would do both. You know what I'm saying? Some dates I would be with the Clan, and some dates I wouldn't. Because it was, at the time, you have to remember, it was just a different time. It's like certain venues I couldn't go through because I was a minor. Then I'm doing high schools and juvenile centers to perform. The Clan wasn't doing that. So we just had a different route in promoting, and we both helped each other.
Right. That's crazy. So you were like, you were doing like some completely other shit at that time, as far as the shows and performing and all that goes.
Yeah, and some shows I was there with the Clan as well, and toured with them, with Meth and all of them, and so it was a thing of scheduling, because at that time I did have different management. I wasn't under Wu-Tang management. I wasn't signed to Wu-Tang Productions. So a lot of the turmoil that may have went on, may have not went on, I really wasn't subject to that, because I always had my own thing. I always had my own publishing. I always had my own record deal. It wasn't until the Man-Child album that I actually did business with Wu-Tang Records.
Got you. Thank you for clearing that up. That's important to know, because I didn't really know. Because you know what I'm saying? Like you said, there's Wu-Tang, the group, and then there's Wu-Tang, and then it's like, that shit is Diesel. Like, that shit is like tentacles all over the fucking earth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you have to remember, man, and all of our success, Mines and Wu-Tang, wouldn't have been nothing without Staten Island. Wouldn't have been nothing without Staten Island to represent and be Wu-Tang too. You know what I'm saying? Because when we was rolling deep, Staten Island was rolling deep with us. So we can't say we can't give the credit to everybody.
Yo, big up to Staten Island. Big up to you guys for really, as far as I'm concerned, putting Staten Island on because, as I've said before, man, I mean, let's keep it a buck. Nobody was really talking about Staten Island as far as the hip hop game goes before that. I mean, you had Force MDs, you had Finesse and Quest, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But
wait, wait, hold on. You ain't gonna
well,
keep jipping us out of you ain't gonna keep jipping us out of all the greats from Staten Island now,
tell me,
man.
put us
You
on,
know,
man. Put
we
me
we
on
we
because
we
put me on.
we do got the Force MDs. We do got the UMCs.
Of course, big up Cool Kim. I mean, he gave a
Yes,
shout out
School
to my
Kim,
daughter, so big up, no doubt.
Hosh G, UMCs. We got King Just.
Yo, quick question: Is King? I've heard a lot of things about King Just as far as his affiliation with Wu. Like, can you help clear that up? Like, is he family? Is it
I
just
mean, Just family to me. You know, Just is from here. He from where we from. So
right?
yeah, to me, he's Wu-Tang.
Right.
Everybody's Wu-Tang to me. From that early grain. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel
But
you.
you had him, you had the Shaolin Soldiers with Just, you had me, you had GP Wu with me, Pop the Brown Hornet, Download Record, June Lover, Rubber Bands. That was our thing. Then you had the Clan with the 9 members, and outside of 9 members, we had the Killer Army, we had Sons of Man, we had Royal Fam. Like we made it so you had to go back and get the other dudes to come with you because we was just too deep.
Right. Right.
Oh,
So
wait. I can't forget. We also had the Now Born Click. Shout out
fact,
to the Now Born Click.
facts. Okay. So at the same time, though, let's keep. I mean, Staten Island wasn't getting love like that. So you guys came, wreck shit and everything. Tell us about Staten, yo, because you know what I'm saying. The station I was affiliated with before is based out of Staten Island. I've chilled there a few times. Like, tell us about Staten, man, because it's like
Excuse me.
it's an interesting spot to me from when I've chilled there. You know what I'm saying? The vibe is different there than it is in other parts of New York. So like to me it is anyway. So you know what I'm saying? Like tell us, take us through Staten for a minute.
Well, you know, I only could tell you from my perception of how I view it. For me, Staten Island, in one way, shape, or form, everybody's related in a weird way.
Mm.
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
heard that.
Everybody, so it's like somebody may be my cousin, but you may not be my cousin, but that's their cousin. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's weird. It's just like it's a very interesting place, man. It's a
It
very
is,
interesting
man,
place.
and it is. I pay attention to that stuff, and so it's funny. I've chilled. I'm not from New York, but I've chilled mostly in like Brooklyn and Queens, and like when I've been out to Staten, it's a pain in the ass to get to. Like
Yeah.
it's like you know I know motherfuckers from New York. They're like yo, they ain't been to Staten Island in like 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I know people from Staten Island that really never left the island.
They ain't even been in the city. Yeah, I feel you. I feel
They,
you. Like
they won't.
going to the city might be like going to the fucking Venus or something for them
It's
niggas.
too
So
much. It's too much. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
I've heard that they
It's a
said
lot.
that shit. They're like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I got everything I need right here.
yeah, yeah.
Yo, so let's go back for a second. You're a young rapper, and you know what I'm saying. As I said earlier in the interview, to me, you were a little bit different than some of the other cats coming out. You weren't on some like, you know, you weren't on like Aisha shit, you know, and like
Well. You not to take nothing away from those guys because they paved the way. You know what I'm
right.
saying for
But
me. But
go ahead.
our lives was different, man. My mother was a struggling drug addict. My father was in prison. My cousins was hustling, catching bodies. My friends in my neighborhood was at this time we young. I was rapping, but my friends sold drugs.
Right. I
That
mean,
that was their way out.
there's a reason for the difference in the music. I mean, of course, like so,
Yeah.
you know, what I'm saying there's a reason. I fuck with Aisha, but I'm saying there's a reason that Shyheim came out and was Shyheim and not Aisha, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, and not to take nothing away from them, I could what I'm gonna say when I came back to Stapleton. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'll be on the bench and they be killing my shit. Like I had to, as soon as I made a song, that was my first testers. In the back of the building, I will leave R&S crib or Raheem house, and I have a little Panasonic radio, little one cassette joint with the two little speakers, and I'll be on the bench, which I think it is.
Yeah. So you had the face niggas on the way home, like yo, like the fuck
Yeah,
is good.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so yo, so there's earlier there's ABC, there's Crisscross,
The youngsters.
were you illegal? Were you did you ever have any beef with any of them cats in terms of like wax wise? I didn't really hear about anything like that with y'all.
Nah, man.
No, wasn't no
I ain't, nah.
there wasn't no online. I mean, not
There
online.
wasn't no such
Now,
thing
now
as
it's
online.
online, but now you know how it is. If you got out, so it's different now. But now we'll talk about that later. But now it's online. But I'm saying there was no on wax bullshit and nothing like. I mean,
Nah,
but
man, nah. I mean, for the most part, no. You know what I'm saying? Little Vicious, that been my friend ever since we both came into the music business.
mm,
Um,
got ya.
Jamal and Malik from Illegal. As soon as we met, we instantly clicked. Because you gotta remember, we on the road with a bunch of older dudes. We the only young dudes. We hanging together.
Right.
You
So
know what I'm
you
saying?
found some like some brethren right there. So
Yeah, and
did you
then
guys ever rock together? I mean, like on a show or anything like that?
no, but you know what it was? Because my career took a different turn. I went on tour with Immature. You know what I'm saying? Like I started to do more, I wouldn't say, yeah, kind of like, I don't want to say bigger, but Immature was huge. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? So I started to do stadiums. It was no more like little clubs and stuff like that.
right. I would love to see a youngsters Shyheim illegal fucking collab, man. I
Yo,
fucking
you know it's crazy. All of us are in touch with each other. The youngsters, Chi Lee, Illegal, Vicious, A plus. We're in talks about doing a tour together because it's like you see everybody got the 90s this, the 90s that, but there never was the 90s kid rapper tour. And you know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to that.
that shit would be dope, man. That shit would be dope because everybody's matured. The youngsters, you know what I'm saying? Tariq's been producing for like 15, 20 years. I mean, like,
Yeah.
big up Karan Goodman. He's on the page, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So,
that's my dude. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Taj Mahal, like, these niggas still, I mean, like, everybody's still getting it, man. I still, like, keep up, and it's like, yo, I mean, I seen Taj Mahal on, like, some show or something. I was like, yo, okay, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas still getting it. And why, when you was away, like, Des was putting me on, like, some joints you did with Sean Price. I'm like, yo, where the fuck did this come from? Like, so,
Yeah, Sean Price, rest in peace to Sean Price. A good dude, man. I have met Sean before, but it's weird with music. It's like you don't know when you and someone's relationship is gonna grow. Like I used to always see him, what's up? But I was in Europe and I was doing a tour over in Europe. This was about I want to say 2011. I was on tour and I went on a whole tour by myself. I didn't go with anybody. I just rode dolo, my luggage and me. And we was in the same show and I just started hanging with them because I was dolo. And then that just built our relationship. And when we came back to the States, we stayed in touch. You know what I'm saying? So
when
rest in
was
peace.
this?
This was like 2011.
Okay,
We
okay.
was over tour. So I gotta say rest in peace to Sean
No
Price.
doubt.
I was in prison when I heard that news. Really touched me, man. Great guy. A lot of other dudes that's no longer here with us. Uh, ODB, rest in peace. Big L, rest in peace. You know, Stack Bundles, Chink Drugs, rest in peace. A lot. It's so many, man. You know what I'm
Too many.
saying? And and to just everybody that returned to the essence, man. We've been losing a lot of people lately, man.
A lot of
So
people. A lot of people. Absolutely, man. Um, Mentors for you, like you coming up in the game. Like I know you're around like your family, your Wu family. Was like when you started spitting. I mean, because uh, aka the Rugged Child, dropped when you were 14, I believe. So, which means obviously you were doing this before that. So,
Yeah.
who were you like? Was there anybody where you like, yo, that's what's getting me into this shit. I gotta be like, not be like them, but like inspired by to I want to do that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was Kane. It was Kane. It was Kane for me, and to actually meet him and to actually like just go on tour with him, and for him to treat me as a son, you know what I'm saying, little brother, son, whatever you want to call it. But that was just everything for me. So he was definitely one of my mentors, you know, and you know the RZA. Yeah.
So let's go back to Kane. I mean, when was the Kane influence? Because I know about the show Improved Track, which to me, in my honest opinion, you had the best verse on that shit.
Oh,
Like,
oh
straight.
wow, man, that's wow, that's a that's a
So, yeah,
wow. You
I,
got you
I,
got
I
some you got some. Oh
no.
man,
Listen. I pumped it enough. I played it enough. I've analyzed it enough. I'm confident in saying that shit. I don't blow smoke up no niggas' asses. I mean, like to me, you ate that shit. That was, you know what I'm saying? Like like, cause everybody came and it's like, okay, here's this little nigga fucking wrecking this shit. So I
yeah.
mean, but
Well, you know, I spoke for the kid, man. I spoke for the rugged child in everybody's neighborhood, and I think that's why people related to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, from our age. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Who wouldn't have wanted to be rolling with the Clan and in a cipher with Jay-Z? So you know what I'm saying, and Big Daddy Kane and being on stage with Pac and Big and you know all those things I represented for the rugged child in around the world because there's
absolutely,
one everywhere. There's
no
one
doubt.
right now in somebody's neighborhood. Yeah.
No doubt, man. And it was like, as I said before, like to me, you were older than me, even though you were younger than me. It was the weirdest shit, yo, because I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, this nigga's short, clothes all big on him. And I'm like, yo, but it was some, but I felt everything come through your music at that time. So let's go back to Kane though. Like, was when did Kane come into the picture for you as far as your relationship with him? I mean, like how did that, what's the timeline for that?
Um, I met Kane. I was at a actually at a Wu-Tang show.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And like again, I couldn't get in clubs like because they be like, well, the kid couldn't. You know, I was a kid. I wasn't old enough to be in a nightclub. But Staten Island would roll so deep to the shows, and it was like once the back door opened, everybody would just rush it, and I would just squeeze in between, and I'd be in the show. I'd be in there. So I wasn't rhyming or anything. I was just with the Clan. I was on stage, you know, and Kane wanted to meet me. Positive, he sent Positive K over and said Kane want to meet you. I thought it was a joke. I'm like, Kane who? You know what I'm saying? And then from then we met. You know what I'm saying? We had a conversation. Um, and then next time I seen him, he pulled up the Stapleton Projects, and people were like, "Yo, Kane's on Broad Street," and I'm like, "What?" And you imagine? We talking early '90s. Kane is larger than life, and he's on your corner, your block. The whole projects is yelling,
Looking for you,
yeah, Kane's right here.
looking for
So
you.
you know, and I'm on the basketball court doing what I do because I, you know, you couldn't tell me I wasn't going to the NBA, but that was my love too. So I dropped the ball, ran down the block, couldn't find my mom's. You know, I said, "Fuck it, I'm out." Went out with Kane and was gone for days. They thought I was missing, but man, it was one of the greatest times I ever had.
He said they thought I was missing. Yo,
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta
because you
like,
you, you got to think. At that time, I didn't have a phone in my house. I was using pay phones. I didn't have a beeper. What was the communication? It was like the communication was, yo, check in. So when I didn't check in, it's like, where you at?
that's crazy. Yo, so Wu-Tang, I want to get your thoughts on a couple of things. I like to look at shit like a nerd. So, um, who said? Well, a couple things for you. If you got to grab, if you had to grab somebody out of the Clan, spit 16, and life depended on it, and it was like, yo, they don't spit this hot 16, the whole shit is done. Who you picking?
If life depended on it,
Yeah,
I don't
your
think
whole.
I. No, I don't think I'll be like, yo, man, my life depends on this shit. I
Well,
don't think I want to do this shit. I'm not rolling my life on no dice with
uh,
nobody
all
besides
right,
myself.
we'll reduce the stakes a little bit. Like you got to pick somebody from the clan to spit 16. That's just like, yo, this is what I'm rolling with right now to go head up with your guy. It's my guy right here. I'm rolling with him.
Oh, you mean like if me and one of
Not
the
against
clan
you. I'm
members?
saying, okay, you picking somebody from the clan to go. Somebody's like, yo, I'll take it. I'll go against anybody from the clan. You're like, yo, you said I'm gonna pick this nigga right here. Who you got out of the 9?
For a battle?
4 battles, just straight up, like this one-on-one. No albums, no success, no nothing. You on the street, you on the block, yo, I'll fuck this nigga up. This nigga like, yo, Shy, like, yo, I got this nigga right here. He gonna burn you. Who you got out of the 9? Out of the 10?
Wow, you put me in a tough spot.
I know, but I have to. This is my duty right here.
For a battle.
Just a straight up battle. I can edit it out if you want.
On the corner, not on record, just on the block. Spinning.
On the block, yo, old school shit. Park lights, Stapleton projects, like.
Oh, I'm going with Capadonna.
You going with
the Donna. I'm going with the Don.
You going with Capadonna.
Now we talking. We gonna get on the record and we gonna go. I'm gonna get Inspector Deck or the Jizza. If we talking some fly shit, some yeah, nigga, we fly. I'm going with Ray and Ghost. You know
Your sister's
saying?
telling you not to answer that.
We wanna talk flow. I'm going. You know I gotta get meth with the flow. You know what I'm saying? If you want to beat, nigga, I'm gonna go get the RZA. You want to pull out your beat machine. You know, it's somebody for every occasion with the clan and with the affiliates. Because if that's not enough, then I'm gonna go get Don Pacino. I'm gonna go get Killer Army. I'm gonna go get Hellraiser and Prodigal Son and Killer Priest. It's just too much.
It's too much. I'm gonna go get Killer Sin.
I don't think, and I'm not taking it for no crew out there. But ain't no if you take everybody, take the clan, you get the Sons of Men, and you get the Killer Army, and you get Shyheim, and you get King Just, you get G. I don't think no place is fucking with us. No crew.
Of course. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, because this is my shit, I can say whatever the fuck I want. Anybody, to me, that's an established hip hop fact. As far as I'm concerned, that's just. I mean, like, I mean, you can debate it all you want. You can look at regional shit. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with a lot of crews. I fuck with a lot of fucking. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like, you know, number one shit, this is it. Yeah. This is it. The influence is astronomical. I mean, nobody's really. You know what I'm saying? All over. And as you said, you know what I'm saying? Down to Sons of Man, you know what I mean? And that shit. Killer Army was their whole different shit, you know? Yeah. Hellraiser, Killer Priest, I mean, like, nasty motherfuckers, man. So, yeah. It is what it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a fact.
It's a fact. Yo, tell me about one of my favorite joints, man, is Dust Juice. I know you're probably not on that shit like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. I'm not on that no more either. I mean, but it was like, it's a great song. You know?
Well, I mean, at the time, I was smoking dust. You know what I'm saying?
I would think so.
At the time, I'm from the Stapleton Projects. I would say we the home of the wet, and that's what it was about. Me and Castro. Shout out to Castro Zantana. We was Zaytana. Yeah, Zaytana. I think. Yeah, Castro. He added the Zaytana to it, so I'm a little confused with it. But yeah, Castro Zaytana. Yeah, I think we was just smoke. We had smoked one, and I was just like, "Yo, the dust juice, medical term, embalming fluid." In my neighborhood, Stapleton, we grew up doing it. You know what I'm saying? Take one pull of it, slow motion.
Of course, yo, I get it. It's different. I've seen a nigga count like $120 for like 6 hours on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I love the track, yo. I mean, it was to me it was a great track because it was just like, yo, I mean. It was clear that was the space you were in at that time. I mean, obviously, what year was this?
Dutch Juice was like, I think 2010, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I thought so. 2010,
10,
2011,
like
something like that.
10, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I was going through a rough patch at that time. I had just lost my mom, so I probably was smoking more dust than normal. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is what it is. What it is. Like I said. So let's fast forward. I mean, you went away for a few years. Um,
Oh no, what's the fuse? Like three. I went, I went away for, I went away for, I don't even
yeah,
know, a half a dozen.
yeah. I tried to make it seem like it, but yeah, it was. Yo, I was in a holding cell for like 28 hours over Labor Day and almost lost my fucking mind. So I can't imagine. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, when I big up to anybody that's come out. Big up to you for coming out of that, coming through that, going through that, and coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? You came out shining. So like
Well, well, those hours that you was spending in the bullpen, they would call it bullpen
yeah, the
therapy.
bullpen.
The bullpen therapy is actually harder than doing time because you don't know what's going on. It's the
Waiting
fact
for the
of not,
prosecutor to come around.
yeah, you don't know what you're gonna get. That's why places like Rikers Island is so dangerous because people are stressed. We don't know how much time we getting. We going back and forth to court. You don't, you stress the fuck out. Now, once you already got your time and you set this, then you could deal with reality. Like, okay, and that was for me when I
Uh,
got my time and I got the downstate correctional and I got my time compensation sheet and it was early 2014 and they said, yeah, your earliest release is 2020. I said, shit. That's when it hit me. I said, oh, this shit is real. But yeah, they made me a believer.
so yeah, that's a good point you made, man. Because I was going through it. Like this. I mean, they gave me this baloney shit, and I'm like, yo, I'm stressed the fuck out. But so what? I heard you. I saw you in an interview. You said like you got through with a lot of memories going. You know what I'm saying? You said because what you had done earlier in your life, that helped get you through. Like
Yeah.
what else? I mean, like people or wives. I mean, that shit's got to be hard. Were you in Rikers for a minute before you got your sentence, or what? Like how
Yeah,
was
I
that?
was on Rikers for a little while. I was on Rikers for a few months, but then they moved me to Manhattan House Tombs, Manhattan House. It's called the Tombs, Manhattan Detention Center. And I stayed there until I went upstate.
Got you. So I mean, like you in there, like were you rhyming and shit? I mean,
No,
you weren't.
no,
You didn't
man.
write.
Nah, because well, I scribbled, you know what I'm saying? Like this is something I do, but it was so far ahead of me that I couldn't I had to let go of outside. I had to let go of chasing what was going on in the streets to keep my sanity.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I came to terms with this is my reality and this is my world right now.
Got you.
So I wasn't gonna be on a mic no time soon. It wasn't made no sense. About time if I would have wrote something in 2014 saying when I get out in 2020 I'm gonna spit this shit, it would have been sounding crazy.
So you were just surviving, basically.
Yeah, I used my time to study, to read, to work on myself, man, and go over, replay. It's like this, right? It's like sitting in that cell, right,
Mm-hmm.
and watching your life movie because all you have time to think, and you get to clearly see where you went wrong. So I used a lot of that time meditating of where I went wrong at in life and what I need to change about myself because it's easy to blame everything around you for the reasons things happen. And at first I did. I'm not gonna lie. At first I did. It was everybody's fault but my own. It was it was the clan's fault. Oh, if this, you know what I'm saying? It was it was the other guy's fault. It was everybody's fault but my own. But once I got to the space where I was like, yo, I got to take responsibility for the parts that I played in any situation, things became much easier for me.
Right. Right.
I
No,
no
that's
longer, yeah, I no longer expect it. Once I let ego and expectations go, things just worked out better for me. Like nobody owed me anything. You know what I'm saying? Would it would have been nice? Yeah. but whatever, they still don't owe me anything. And I was stripped, literally stripped, butt ass naked from everything.
That's
And
peace, man.
it humbles you, and it just changed. It's for me at least. It changed my life.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, that's kind of the segue to the next question. Really, like kind of like, what did you learn about yourself in there? Because you got nothing but time, and you know, like to me, that's great, man. Because like a lot of us, we don't have that accountability, or we don't
Yeah,
want it. We won't take that responsibility. It's always somebody else's problem. I mean, somebody else's fault, like you said. Why you know, if
yeah,
they hadn't done this to me, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I appreciate you for sharing that because that's the realest. If I edit everything out of the conversation, to me, that's the realest shit. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah.
discussed, yo. Like,
Yes, it's important, man. It's important that you take accountability and have insight and empathy and things like that. You know what I mean? It'll get you a long way.
yo, that's peace. That's what's up. So, um, what's going on now, man? I mean, I know, like, you know, I'd heard about bottom up like records. That's your label and whatnot. What's going on
Um,
now? You're out.
well, bottom up will always be bottom up, but bottom up represented a space and a time in my life
Mm-hmm.
and what it stood for and the things that was associated with that I no longer promote the bottom up thing. I have isometric concepts, and isometric means to go against resistance, against all resistance. And you know, when something is resistant and you pushing forward to it, it just gives you strength, you know. And so that's just a new wave, the isometric concept, and that's what I'm pushing. Positivity, man. We ain't on that old time no more, man. We gotta come back, and I hope my life experiences and my mistakes that I went through and the trials and tribulations I went through in my life, I could save some young kid from going through it. And then that's my purpose, because sometimes we don't know our purpose and we search for our purpose. So I think, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I know that Allah has put me on the path to experience these things, because my duty is to articulate the experience to somebody else. And hopefully I can save some lives.
No, that's what's up, man. I mean, I salute to you for saying that. For appreciate that. Appreciate you for saying that. For having that realization. Let's see what we got for
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, because you in there, I'm in there with kids that could have been my kid,
Right.
16 years old, and under the same pressure
Right.
that
Right.
I was.
Let's see. Got a question here. When is the album dropping?
Oh man, I have no idea. Um, it's still all new to me. I'm just having fun. Um, I'm getting beats and features and things like that. But I'm just enjoying, man, every step of the way, every moment. Maybe once I look back in a couple of months, I have enough material for an album. But I just want to just enjoy each moment.
Got you. That makes sense, man. You're just living. I mean, it's great. It's great to hear, man. It's very refreshing. Somebody else be working on a new album, man. Child too.
Yeah, I would never do the two thing. I would never do the two thing. At one time, I was playing around before I went away with Man Child 2. And I'm like, there could never be a Man Child 2. Like, Big L ain't here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, I could never do an AKA the Rugged Child 2, The Lost Generation. None of that. It has to be one of one.
Right. No, I feel you. I think sometimes that sequel shit does not necessarily go the way um, we want it to go. So here's an interesting question. Somebody said, "What's your connection to DC?" Shows a lot of love.
Oh man, well DC got some of the best dust in the world. That was my. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I love DC. I mean, listen, man, DC and Connecticut, man. I mean, some of the great stuff I ever had.
Yo, so that's where I'm from. So I okay then. So I'm from New Haven. I mean, yeah, we have
Oh,
a
shout out to New Haven. Where I
yeah,
some
I'm City,
people up
Gunwavy,
there.
New Haven. I'm from New Haven. family in Bridgeport, whatever.
Oh, you from New Haven? So yo, you gotta know Isidue. Isidue, they used to go by the name of Trey Dukes up there. Back.
Trey Deuce is a clique.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I used to hang out there with
Oh
Trey
yeah,
Dukes.
he
Yeah,
was in
yeah.
the Trey. Yeah,
Come on,
Kensington.
it was my boy. Shout out to
Yeah,
them if they watch it.
yo,
Yeah,
you
I've been
nigga
trying to
was in the.
get in touch. I've been
Yeah,
trying to get in touch with Isidue and all of them from up there.
yeah. So
Yeah, it was my dudes,
The
man.
Trey is that area, Kensington Street, Chapel
Yeah,
Street. Yeah.
yeah. Real nigga shit. Real nigga
Yeah, I
shit.
mean, you understand, man. Niggas that ain't from CT. I mean, like the niggas from New York that go to CT understand what it's like. I mean, but
Yeah,
like, you know, everybody like CT think we fucking rich and shit. I mean, Bridgeport, New Haven,
yeah.
Norwalk, niggas put it in, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
So
nah. That's a fact. That's a fact.
he said the best of. Yeah, man, that's what my nigga was counting $120 for like 6 hours in
Yeah,
New Haven. So yeah,
yeah. I got a bag from there one time and put it in the freezer and lost it. Then I pulled it out. We found it one day in the freezer. Oh shit, me and Rubber Bands. We was like, yo, remember that bag? Man, I was sitting on a corner for hours, and then my managers was looking for me. I'm all nervous. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go somewhere. I had to turn the phone off, you know.
yeah, man. I mean, Elm City, man. Big up, man, for real. Um, so you got your new shit. I mean, yeah, like Bottom Up is some other
It had its time. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
this
It had
time.
its time for what it was. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I was trying to just push Staten Island forward. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And you know, and that's what the Bottom Up movement was about, just trying to push my people forward. You know what I mean?
Anybody that you want to work with that you haven't worked with? I mean, you worked with a lot. I'm always getting pictures, like, you know what I'm saying, to post to the page. I'm like, yeah, Shyheim was with this motherfucker. Shyheim was this motherfucker's like it'd be like Shyheim, little ass Shyheim with like grown ass like OGs. Like, so anybody you
Yeah.
want to fuck with or work with that you haven't worked with, legend wise, new people? Anybody?
Um, I don't know. It definitely would have to be a conversation. I would have to vibe with them because I'm more like that. I'm more of an artist. Like I like to vibe with a person. I like to know where they
Mm,
at, and especially where I'm at in my life. And once I've learned the things that I say out my mouth can become my reality.
right.
If someone's not on my page, I don't really want to do that type of music and invite that type of vibes into my life. You know what I'm saying? So as long as somebody is speaking the truth, as long as somebody is being truthful to themselves as well, then I can be truthful for myself and we can make some great music. There's a lot of dope people out there, you know, but if I had to pick one person, right now, uh
Even somebody from back in the day that you just kind of
yeah,
maybe
but
just
the
miss.
thing of it is, the problem that I'm gonna run into if I pick somebody from back in the days to do the record now, I don't know if they're the same person they was back in the days right now.
Facts.
So then I'm kind of fucked getting somebody sounding kind of like how they trying to want them to sound how they used to sound, but now
Right,
they
right,
sound
right,
like
right.
this. So that'll be hard. Um, yeah, I don't know, man.
Are you listening to newer shit now? Like,
Yeah. Like everybody else, I've just got put onto the Griselda team. They're pretty hardcore. I like them. The RJ Payne, I think he's dope. Um, yeah, man. I would have loved to work with Nipsey. I think
mm,
he was in a lane that in the space that I'm in. I think that would have been a dope record.
mm,
Rest in peace to him, man. Such a great talent, man.
right.
Um, yeah, yeah, I don't know, man. You know what? You know who I would want to do a record with to stir some things up? I think me and Memphis Bleak could be a dope record, man.
I think that would be good. I
I
think
think me and Bleak, I think yeah, Memphis Bleak, I would do a joint with Bleak.
somebody said Migos, but we can't have that here. Uh, we don't do that. We don't do that here. Everybody asked about this new album. Yo, everybody wants listen. Just so you know, Shy, all these questions are about. So just so you know, when is the new album? Is he working on a new album? How about a new album? How new song or is it? I mean, they're all the same. Like
All
fucking.
right, but listen, so I go in to do a new fucking album. Y'all better fucking buy this shit. Don't get me rushing in like, yeah, they want the new album. I do it, be like 20,000 copies. I
Right.
mean, 20,000 copies is great on your own, independent. But you know,
Yeah.
I need to be back. I need to be back on top 100. You know
Yo,
what I mean?
what's the biggest shit for you? You came out. I mean, it's because as far as just like the social media shit goes, like has that? I mean, it was 2014, so it was, people were still on it when you know, it wasn't like 20 years ago. But like, are you surprised by like just how social media is now these days, or or is it
No, I think it's a great tool. I
right?
think it's a great tool. I think, it could be utilized for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? And you utilize it. Don't take things too much serious. Like I get stuck sometimes. I get stuck sometimes like taking things personal. Like somebody would be on there and say some slick shit and I'll be ready to like then I have to be like, yo, I don't even know this guy. It doesn't even matter. And you know what's real annoying too? One of the things about social media, like they got like with Instagram, people will just video chat you and your phone will start ringing. It's like, who the hell is this video chatting me? I don't even, that gets a little annoying.
Yeah, that's strange, man. Because people, I guess the thing is, because it's set up where you can easily hit somebody up, people act like you should still be able to easily hit somebody up. You feel me? Like it's like just because the technology is there doesn't mean like you need to just be hitting random people up on a video chat. That shit is weird. I mean, it's a it's a weird thing. But like you said, it's it's great in a lot of ways. I mean, 20 years ago, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have been able to link up with you and do this or whatever, you know, and shit like that. So I mean, you got to use it for what it is. Yo, like on some real world shit, man. You know, I always like to try to wrap things up with like real shit, and you're
Yeah.
definitely in a different space these days. Um, 2020 for you, like for the world, police brutality, race wars, Corona, like any words of inspiration for people to push through this shit, man. Because some days
Uh,
motherfuckers are depressed. Some days somebody's starting a new project and starting a new hobby and shit. You know, it's like it's an up and down thing for a lot of people.
um, I would say, man, love, man. Love is the only thing that's gonna get you out of this type of shit. You know what I mean? And just get focused, man. Don't worry about the big things. Focus on the little things. Don't worry about what you don't have. Focus on what you have and be grateful for what you have. And that would be because you're not promised. None of us is promised tomorrow, or So
Absolutely.
just appreciate your loved ones, those who are there for you. Try to be there for them the best you could. And yeah, that's it, man. Because so much happened this year. So many losses from famous people to family to friends. Just a lot of loss.
Yeah,
So we
it's
have to be
crazy.
grateful.
No doubt, man. And I appreciate you saying that. We got, you know, Biz Markie struggling right now. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know the full details, but Biz Markie's struggling right now
Yeah,
with his health. I mean, so many people we lost in just in 2020 alone on a lot of different levels. It's crazy, man. But love is always the answer. I mean, we may not
yeah,
believe it, but love is in the end. That's what
yeah.
we're
But
talking about.
but until people learn to love themselves, they're not gonna love anything or anyone else. So you gotta love yourself first. Yeah,
Facts.
why is people are really like personal? Do you own your own publishing? To answer your question, yes, I do own my own publishing, Rugged Child Publishing, ASCAP. Well, you need something written or something? You want me to write you something?
Yeah, I
How's
mean,
my royalties looking? Like,
yeah,
what's up? You gonna let a nigga hold something or something? If my royalties ain't looking good, you gonna let me
yeah.
hold a dollar, nigga? Let me
Yo,
hold something.
it's Corona, my nigga. Everybody trying to make some money right now. So, like
How's
everybody,
it looking?
yeah,
Let me
you
hold a
gonna get
dollar,
all
nigga.
kinds of ads. I mean, people like, do you need a graphic design? I'm so surprised ain't nobody asked you if you need any artwork in here yet. You know what I'm saying? So, fucking real quick announcement. Tomorrow we got Apathy on the show. It's a busy week for us. Wednesday we got Terminology, but right now we got Shyheim, Wu-Tang. Yo, I want to thank you for joining us. We're about to wrap it up. I want to thank you for joining us, tag you and all this shit and everything. But
Anytime, brother.
I really appreciate you. To me, this was, like you said, this was overdue. And just so you know, like the support, quote unquote, or whatever. Like me posting this shit, that's just yo. I fuck with you. Like from day one, I was like, yo, this nigga
Yeah.
got this.
Thanks. I seen your shit and I made top 5 Staten Island, so I was real
Oh, let's
honored
talk
by
about
that.
that, yo, because you hit me up about that shit before we go. We
Yeah.
got a few more minutes. Let's talk about that real quick because you hit me up. What were you trying to do with that?
No, I just would like to have seen it all at once.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? I had seen it in parts and then I had to go trying to find it again. But yeah, I mean, I think I came in number 5. Not bad to be in the youngest. Not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I mean, look at the. I mean, I thought that was pretty good, and it was. I thought it out, man. I was like, yo, like if I look at the history, if I look at fucking, I mean, fucking, we got time. I mean, because if I look at, I'm an NWA with a 19-shot glizzy. If I look at all that,
Yeah. Ain't trying to see us.
Yeah.
You got my back, I got the front.
Yeah.
Rolling out all together because it's close to finish.
Yeah.
My back, got the front, from start to finish. Rolling out all together because it's close to finish. Got your back, take my
so when I hear shit like this, and I think about like on and on, furious anger. Like, yo, this nigga did his thing.
Codependent, I'm a NWA with a 19-shot glizzy. I'm all thug and crazy, lazy, flesh, wishing busy. I'm too wild, you don't want to see me act up. Police gotta call the National Guard for backup. My shit don't sing, I never tuck my ring. I ain't never sleeping, my eyes just cheat. Me and my army move same. Stick up boys me, my niggas on some front and shit, act off the drink.
Big up Hellraiser. Big up
Yes.
to the homie Hellraiser. Like,
Yeah,
real shit
yeah.
before we get out of here, man.
Yeah. Heaven Razor. You know that's my bro. Shout out to him.
Big up, man. You know what I'm saying? Went through a lot, but so yeah, you're well deserving of top 5 Staten Island as far as I'm concerned, man. If I'm looking at the whole shit, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, G.
So I respect you. I appreciate you. Everything that you've done in the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? So and the support is genuine. So fucking keep doing what you do, man. I'm inspired, man. Like you know, like you're keep knocking it out. So
yeah, thank you, G.
no doubt. So we're gonna. I'm gonna try to do this again at one point. So we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we can link up again. I'll tag you in all the shit when we post it and edit and everything.
Please
Shyheim,
do.
rugged child, man child,
Yeah.
grown man, illest nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, kid. Salute.
Thank you, G. Salute. Shout out SI. Staten
Be
Island
good.
love, Staten Island loyalty. You know that shit.
No
Peace.
doubts. Salute.